Hello. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, we're going to be discussing today is that it all starts with you, the power that is within you. So, first, we'll be discussing your self image, your self esteem, your identity, and what is your I am. Now, let's kick it off. You are where you are because of who you are. Now, when I say who you are, you might be thinking Lawrence. You might be thinking this man, this woman, this name, this identity that we label upon them. This surface level identity of this is a black man, this is a white man, this is a Hispanic man, this is a Asian man. But beneath that, it's just a man. Now, beneath that, it's just a person. Beneath that, it's an identity. Beneath that, you go on and on and on. You can peel back the layers. And based on who you are, you do certain things that lead to certain outcomes. Not who you are as in I'm a black man, so I receive this outcome in life, but I'm a person who invested his money. So if I'm a person who invests my money, either I'm going to make money or I'm going to lose money based on my action. Now, based on what I know beyond the action, such as I did my research. So by doing my research, I am more likely to get the desired outcome. But let's begin. Your self-image. What do you see? How do you imagine yourself? When you look at yourself, what are you seeing? For example, do you think of yourself as smart? Do you see a smart person? Do you see an attractive person or an unattractive person? Do you see a lovable person in that mirror? That is your image, your reflection when you look at yourself, both physically and on the deeper level of mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So, my self image is I see a strong, talented, handsome, and educated and dedicated young man destined to achieve greatness. That is what I see. Now, why do I see that? The reason I see that is because that's what I teach myself to see. Oftentimes, people were taught by other people or by society or by programming to see themselves as inferior, to see themselves as less than, to see themselves as unlovable. Because by seeing yourself as these things, you know how easy it is to control somebody who don't know themselves? If I tell you that you're nothing, that you're just pitiful, you're going to listen. And if you believe that, you're going to be looking for a savior. If I say that I'm your savior, if I say that I am the one you should listen to, follow what I say, you're going to do it. If somebody doesn't know who they are, they're going to be what the world tells them to be. Because truly, they're just looking to be something. They're just looking to be recognized. Now, your self-esteem is how do you feel and think about yourself? Not what do you think of yourself, but how do you feel about it? And how do you feel about these thoughts and how do you feel about what you are? For example, you can feel proud or ashamed of yourself. You can feel love and feel hatred for yourself. Now, the irony is that the way you feel about yourself often become the way you're going to feel about others. And the way you feel about others is also going to end up becoming the way you feel about yourself. So, when you have a deep sense of love and connection and unity within yourself, you're naturally going to seek out love and affection with other people, not because you're trying to fill a void, because you have such an overflow that you want to bless others with your presence and you want to be in the presence of people who bless you as well. So it's unity, it's alignment. When you hate yourself, naturally, you're going to be around a crowd of people who also hate themselves because like attracts like and opposites repel each other. In this case, opposites are not attracted. Hot and cold do not attract each other. Hot goes where hot is, cold goes where cold is. People who like rap music oftentimes hang around people who like rap music. People like country music hang around people like country music. because we are aligned. We have similar interests. We have similar ways of being. We have similar activity. And the way that we feel is the same way. Happy people tend to have happy friends. Sad people tend to have sad friends. Because why would I give love and warmth and invitation to somebody who keep pushing it away, who keep repelling me, who keep casting me aside, who keep disrespecting me? If I love myself, why would I hang around people who are trying to make me hate myself? So that's where the self-esteem comes in. And the way that you feel confident, another thing is important. A lot of people only feel confident when they got their money, when they got their chain on, when they got their jewelry, when they flexing. A lot of people only feel that way when they have these things, when they have these items, when they have these symbols of wealth, when they have these symbols of prosperity. Not a sense of prosperity and unity within oneself, but I got this money. I'm up. I'm up. I'm fantastic. I got this chain on. I'm up. I'm fantastic. I got this suit on. But when I take away that chain, when I take away that money, when I take away that suit, that's when the real you gets exposed. Because if you really are what you claim to be and really are who you say you are, you're going to be it without the money, without the chain, without the jewelry, without the women, without the car, without this or without that. Or likewise, without that dress or that necklace on or that man in your life, you're going to be what you're going to be. Whether you have the symbol, the material, or do not have it. It is about your core identity. And that's the next subject that we're going to speak on. But before we get into that, I want to mention criticism. People who are full of hot air, who claim, I'm all this, I'm all that. Look at me. I'm so good. I'm so great. People who do that, they're full of hot air. They're trying to mask their insecurity by projecting this giant image. Because if you focus on the image that I'm presenting to you, you're not going to see what I really am. And when you look at somebody and you can see what they really are, some people are going to hate that because now you see what they really are. Beyond all the makeup or the jewelry or the status or the money or the clothes, you are what you are. And when somebody feels criticized, if they're masking insecurity, it's not, oh, I feel criticized because you insulted my clothes. No, you insulted my clothes, and I'm using these clothes to mask who I am. So by attacking my clothes, you're attacking my whole identity. It goes that deep. And that's when I want to get into that I am. The key point of discussion. If you don't take anything away, take away this. I am. I am smart. I am valuable. I am wealthy. I am able. I am humble. Other people, they think I'm a failure. I am unlovable. I am disgusting. I am ugly. I am unworthy. Based on that I am, you put that on. You're wearing that I am. You live in that I am. Just how you put these shoes on, or I put this suit on, you're walking in it. You're portraying it. That is the symbol that you give out to the world. That is the energy you align yourself with. Because when you're taking these steps if I put on some sneakers and I put on some boots, you're going to see different footprints. Do you want the footprints of success or the footprints of failure? Do you want the footprints of love or the footprints of hatred? Do you want the footprints of unity within oneself and unity to a higher power? Or do you want lack? Do you want scarcity? Do you want poverty? Do you want inferiority? This is what I want you to understand. Because that I am, it is that I am what you are living in. It is that I am what you live from. And based on that I am, you will do certain actions, which lead to certain feelings, which lead to certain thoughts, which lead to certain behaviors, which impact that I am. It's all one giant spiral. And when you come to that realization, you'll realize that you have the power to change you. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And you cannot change the world. You cannot change how the sun rises or when the moon's going to come up or the weather. You cannot change these external things. You can change you. And that's what I want you to understand. You have the power to change you. And based on you, you will be where you will be. You will get what you will get. You will do what you will do based on you. You got the choice. You got the choice. You got the choice to live inferior. You got the choice to live like a bum. You got the choice to live disgusted. You got the choice to just damage your body. However, you also have the choice to upgrade. You have the choice to live prosperous. You have the choice to make wise decisions. You have the choice. It's up to you. And when you realize that it's up to you, you can't complain. You can't complain. Like, I cannot complain because the moment I try to complain, I realize, well, Lawrence, the reason why you don't have money right now is because you spent it. Well, Lawrence, the reason why you don't have a driver license is because you did not take the driver test. Well, Lawrence, the reason why life is going this certain way, it's something that I did, or something I put myself in that position to, or maybe a person I was hanging around, or a thought I had, or an action I took. Somehow, some way, I have an impact on everything in my life. I don't blame nobody for nothing. I don't blame nobody for nothing. Because I say to myself, I am, like I said, wearing it, put it on, living in it, being it, standing by it, resilient on it. You gotta, when you put that I am stamp, when you put that I am pen signed, you can't get that pen off. You gotta really, really dig hard to get pen out of paper. But back to the point. When I say that I am self-reliant. That's not to say that I provide all of my needs. Of course, I don't pay my own rent. I live with my mom. But within the extent that it is within my control, I am self-reliant. I am not tied to outside circumstance. I do not let what happens to me define me. I do not let what the world does control my inner world. So by saying that is my I am, stamped, certified, signed it. I now I gotta live by it. If I say, oh, my life is this way because my family member did this, or my friend said that, or the government, or politics, or this or that, or these outside circumstances, yes, these outside circumstances obviously have an effect, but only to the extent I allow it to. Only to the extent I allow it to. If this group of people, like racism as an example, if a certain group of people do not like you based on the way that you look, you got the choice to not hang around them. You got the choice to not hang around them. You have the choice to go hang around the people who do like you. Like, you have the choice. And it's within your choice to do what you're going to do. And that is where I'm going to close it at. You have the power. The power is within you. Learn your I am. Learn your I am. And when you have that I am, don't let nothing compromise. Don't let nothing get in the way of that I am. Don't let nothing pull you out that energy. Because a couple of the major things that gonna pull you out that energy is the people you hang around, the activities and thoughts which you give your energy to, and your way of being. Okay? If you are on a path, like you're on a mission to achieve something, you want to start your business, you want to start that nail salon, get that beauty studio, get that certain job, whatever it is, this is the path that you want to go on. If you hang around people who say, but what if this? It's not possible. People who are putting lack thoughts, people who are putting scarcity, people who are putting poverty thoughts, people who are putting self-deprecating thoughts, people who are putting doubt, people who are putting inferiority. If you surround yourself with that energy, it's going to pull you out of your prosperity. It's going to pull you out of your evolution. It's going to pull you out of you. And it's like two cars, right? You got two cars driving into each other. One of them is getting flattened. Either one of them gets flattened or both of them get flattened. Neither of them are walking away from this unscathed. But on the other hand, you got two cars driving the same way. Y'all going on the same path. Y'all helping each other. My car might break down. My car might slow down. Tire pop, whatever the case may be. You right there to help me. Hey, man, here's some money for the gas. I found out that, you were struggling a little bit. Here's some food. You don't got to worry about it. Here's some water. What can I do to help you and your kids? What can I how can I provide for you? How can I support you? How can I bless you? How can I, not even from a place of what can I get from you? I'm doing it to help you. Like, I love you and you love me. So I don't even need to tell you this. I don't need to ask for it. When you're down, you helping me. When I'm down, I'm okay. When you're down, I'm helping you. When I'm down, you're helping me. Not because you're obligated to, not because I'm forcing you to. I'm not making you do anything. Nobody holding a gun to your head and saying you gotta date this person. Nobody holding a gun to your head and saying you gotta be my best friend. Nobody holding a gun to your head and saying you gotta have this job. No, you making your choices. And when you let other people and other things and other circumstances and other ideas impact you, of course, you can learn from them, you can inspect them, you can research them. But when you say, oh, just because XYZ happened, just because XYZ person said this or did this or think this of me, I must be that, you're going to live your life for other people. Now, when I say live your life for other people, I'm not talking about family. I'm not talking about children. I'm saying live your life to make others happy that you don't want to make happy, that you don't desire to help, that you don't feel called to. Because one person might say you gotta wear jeans, another person might say you gotta wear khakis, another person might say that you gotta wear Nikes or cleats or this or that. So many people gonna have so many opinions. You have to know what is your opinion, what is your feeling, what is your identity, what is your I am. Live in that I am, understand that I am. Do not let things and people pull you out of it. Because inevitably, people will try to pull you out of it. I've had it happen. Situations happen. Car might break down. Might lose a job, lose some money. Whatever happens, happens, right? But that I am is what's going to make sure that you stay resilient. That I am is going to make sure that you stay in character. Because somebody who says, I am prosperous, somebody who says, I am determined, I am resilient, I do not quit, I don't give up, I am not going to get beat down, they could go from the $1 million house. They could go from that $1 million house to homeless on the street. But if that identity stays strong and they say, I do not let outside circumstances dictate my life and dictate how I feel about myself, they could be homeless on the street and figure a way out. They can be homeless on the street with their sign that says anything helps, and they're going to be able to help themselves. They're going to put themselves in position. They're going to walk to that soup kitchen. They're going to get themselves in that apartment. They're going to get themselves into that job. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to save up that $10 that they got from, asking people, get themselves a Planet Fitness membership so they can shower. So now, they can maintain their body. That way, when they go to that job interview, they're able to be presentable. They might have to get a flip phone. Okay, they might be walking around with the flip phone or the little brick, but they got to do what they got to do because I am resilient. I do not let situations tear me down. So if I'm on the street in the box with a sign, I'm not gonna let that tear me down. If I go from the $1 million house to homeless, I'm not letting it tear me down. Because this is a matter of identity. When you have the right identity and you live in that identity, you don't need the material. The material is like the cherry on top. Okay, the material is like the cake. Even you might say the material, the whole cake, but you got the recipe. If I got the recipe, I can make another cake. If I got the recipe, I could get another house. I could get another car. I could get another material. You could take the material away, but I got the recipe. You could eat all my food. You could take all my stuff. You could take all my clothes. If I got the recipe, I can get it back. I can make a new one. If I know how to sew clothing, you can take all my clothing. I'm not letting that stop me. I'll just get some new clothes. I'll just make some new clothes. I'll get my material. I'll do what I can do. I will live in accordance with my I am. So let's close down on that. Do not let people, places, things, or activities take you out of that I am. You gotta stay in character, and not a character you pretend to be, not a character the world said you should be, but the character which you are. the content of your character, the person that you are, the way that you live, the spirit that is within you is a part of something far greater and far bigger. And I want you to understand that and really sit on this. And I want you to, take notes, rewatch it as many times as you need, and have a blessed day. I love you. Hope you love yourself. And I wish nothing but the best